Okay, so we have every intention of putting this up on YouTube. We'll see how well everything goes. My name is Haley. I put this together. We are doing a table read of the Scream 4 script, an idea that was shamelessly inspired, at least for me, by TeamStarkid's table read of the first Scream film. The Scream series is like my favorite horror series of all time and some of my favorite movies. And I think that Scream 4 is like way better than any fourth movie in a series has any right to be. So I'm really excited to do this, and I've been putting it together for like a month. And yeah, we're gonna get started. So we changed our names to our primary characters' names, but I'm also just going to state to make it easier. We didn't actually discuss, like, are we gonna use our real name? Like, can I use people's real names to indicate this? No, for Kirby? Okay, so the person who's playing Kirby is also going to be reading for Judy Hicks, Ross Haas, and that's it. For everybody else, can I use your names or no?
Just first.
Okay, so Rachel, who is Gail, is also going to be reading for Olivia, Anthony Perkins, Marnie Cooper, Chloe, and Trudy.
And Trevor.
And then, sorry?
And Trevor, I thought. Maybe I missed that. Okay.
Yes. And Trevor. And then my name is Haley. I'm Haley Margulies Arden. I'm a former writer for Onyx Path Publishing, and now I'm a history teacher. I am reading for Jill and Rebecca, and that is enough. That has been pretty much the whole film. My husband, Philip, is Dewey and also is the voice of Ghostface. And then people I haven't said yet. Can I use your first names?
Yeah, name, date of birth, social security.
Okay. So Carlo, who is reading for Charlie, is also going to be reading for Kate Roberts, Jenny Randall, Rachel, and Sherry. Jacob, who is reading for Robbie Mercer, is also going to be reading for Reporter. And then John is stage directions. So I think I covered everything. The person, I forgot to mention this, the person who is reading for Kirby and Judy Hicks is also going to be reading for the Doctor. So now I think we're ready to go, and I'm excited, and I don't really know the best way to transition into this, but yeah, let's get going. Stage directions, I guess.
Interior of a house at night. On a ringing phone, a hand reaches for it.
Hello?
A young girl of 17, sweet, innocent in that scrubbed, clean way. Looks like a virgin. Probably not.
Hello?
Yes?
Who is this?
Why are you calling?
Who am I speaking to?
Wrong number.
Click. Sherry hangs up, not very polite about it. Interior of a kitchen at night. Sherry joins Trudy, 16, a sexy, pretty girl. Tells it like it is. Trudy is snacking on some chips while texting on her sidekick. Two friends hanging out.
Who was that?
Nobody. Are you making popcorn?
No. Did you pick a movie?
We're going scary. Saw 4.
Sherry searches the cabinets and fridge for food.
I saw it in the theater. It sucks. And it's not scary, it's gross. I hate that torture porn shit.
How do you really feel? I like Jigsaw. He kills people very creatively.
But you don't give a shit who dies. There's no character development, just body parts ripping and blood spewing. Blah.
Who do you keep texting?
I have a Facebook stalker. He keeps leaving messages.
Like what?
Just stuff like, hey, what's up? You're hot. I want to kill you.
Delete him.
I did. He hacked his way back in.
Report him.
He's really hot. Want to see?
Sherry joins Trudy as she pulls up a profile. A glimpse of a shirtless young hottie.
That's Channing Tatum.
It's hard to make out on a small screen.
It is not? Is it?
From his Abercrombie days. You're being punked.
The phone rings again. Sherry goes for the kitchen phone.
Hello?
Who is this?
The more impatient version of the person you just spoke to.
I'm sorry. You don't have to be a bitch about it.
Of course I don't. Eat me.
Annoyed, Sherry starts to hang up when
You hang up on me and I'll cut into your neck until I feel bone.
Sherry stops in her tracks, stunned. Trudy looks at her.
Who is it?
Sherry's not sure what to think, so she holds out the phone.
It's for you.
Trudy takes it, hesitantly.
Hello?
This.
Trudy, who is this?
The last person you're ever going to see alive.
Trudy looks to Sherry. What the fuck?
It's a prank. Hang up.
Trudy hangs up.
Why'd you hand the phone to me?
You're the one with the stalker.
Are the doors locked?
Don't freak out.
The phone rings again. They stare at each other.
Let it ring.
Beat. The ringing stops. They look relieved. Then, Trudy's sidekick buzzes on the kitchen counter. She picks it up and reads.
It's from the stalker boy. Answer the phone.
It's just a joke, Trudy. I bet it's Lexi or Karen.
Trudy takes off for the living room.
Where are you going?
To make sure the front door is locked.
Sherry follows her. Enter of a foyer at night. They come to the front door. Judy checks the locks as Sherry watches. Trudy turns back to Sherry when the doorbell rings. They both scream, staring at the front door. Sherry starts for it. Trudy stops her.
Don't answer it.
It's a joke, Trudy. Someone made a dummy profile and now they're trying to scare you.
Who is it?
No
I said,
answer.
who is it?
Just then, Trudy's sidekick buzzes with a message. Trudy jumps out of her skin. She looks at it, reading.
I dare you to open the door.
Trudy's officially terrified. Sherry's not quite sold. She's contemplating opening the door.
No, Sherry, don't.
Sherry starts for the door. Trudy
No.
stops her.
No, don't. I'm scared.
It could be anyone we know. Lisa, Bailey, Wayne, or the hopeful long shot Channing Tatum.
Sherry goes to the front door and unlocks it. Trudy steps back, shaking, as the door rips open, revealing an empty doorway. No one's there. Sherry steps outside onto the porch. Trudy watches her as she looks around. She shrugs, turning back to Trudy.
There's no one here.
Sherry stands in the doorway, facing Trudy with her back exposed to the outside. Just then, Trudy's sidekick buzzes in her hands. Trudy looks up, opens it up.
What does it say?
Trudy
It
reads her
says-
phone.
It says, I'm not outside. I'm right beside you.
Trudy has time to register this. She spins around to see a ghost-faced killer who springs from the darkness, lunging at her, knife in the air. Sherry screams for her friend. Watching as the ghost face stabs Trudy, the knife penetrates deep. Upon its withdrawal, Trudy drops instantly, dead. Sherry stands frozen until the ghost face turns his attention to her. That's all it takes for Sherry to flee. She spins around, starts out the front door when another ghost face killer appears on the porch, completely surprising her. Sherry starts to scream, but the ghost face is too fast. A flash of silver, a knife slices Sherry's throat, stifling her scream. She stands there for a moment, clutching her neck as the blood pours from it, unable to scream, a look of confusion and helplessness. As she gurgles for air, then, out of nowhere, a maddening scream. Cut to black, superimposed title. Stab 6.
You're fucking kidding me.
Suddenly, the camera pulls back to reveal the interior of a living room, house at night, a TV screen, Stab 6 main titles. It becomes clear the previous sequence was merely the opening scene for a movie for television. As the camera pulls back further, revealing two teen girls on a couch, in a different living room, in a different house. They're watching the horror movie Stab 6. Rachel and Chloe, both 17, best friends. Rachel grabs the remote, shuts off the TV. She's the more outspoken one.
That was fucking stupid. Pure horseshit. The death of horror, right here, in front of us.
Chloe's more reserved. She tries to defend it.
I jumped. It scared me.
A fucking Facebook killer? You're kidding me, right?
It's a few years old. Now it would be Twitter. That would make a lot more sense.
Rachel gets up and goes to the kitchen, opens the fridge.
A bunch of articulate teenagers sit around and deconstruct horror movies until a ghost face kills them one by one. It's been done to death. The whole self-aware, postmodern meta shit is over. Stick a fork in 1996 already.
Chloe stays in the living room. It's an open floor plan, so they see each other.
I like stab movies. They're scarier. It's not zombies or aliens or Asian ghost girls. There's something real about a guy with a knife who just snaps. It could really happen.
Rachel opens a soda and plops back down next to Chloe.
I can't do it. These sequels don't know when to stop. They just keep recycling the same shit. Even the opening scene. Some random girl gets a call that undoubtedly ends in her getting killed. It's also predictable. There's no element of surprise. You see everything come.
In a flash, Chloe pulls a butcher knife from under a pillow and stabs Rachel in the stomach. Blood spews as Rachel registered surprise. Shock. A very unpredictable moment. Rachel looks down and stares at the knife in her stomach. Complete and insidious horror. As her friend Chloe's face turns maniacal and evil, she pulls the knife out.
Did that surprise you?
Rachel tries to speak, but spits up blood. Beat.
Why?
Chloe stabs her again, deeper this time.
Because you talk too much. Now shut the fuck up and watch the movie.
Rachel's body goes slack as she sits there on the couch, bleeding to death. Chloe reaches for the remote, and as Rachel nears death, Chloe hits play. A maddening scream, cut to black. Main title card, again. Stab 7. The camera pulls back, revealing the interior of a living room house at night. A TV set. The previous scene was also another fake out. 2 teen girls are lounging in the family room of a large house. Jenny, 16, cute and bouncy, sits up laughing uncontrollably. She hits pause.
Oh God, I love it. I've seen this movie 5 times. It gets me every time.
Her friend Marnie, 16, brainy overachiever.
You're kidding? I don't get it.
It's like a Twilight Zone movie within a movie.
I get that, but it's illogical. It begs the question. If the beginning of Stab 7 is Stab 6, what's at the beginning of Stab 6? Stab 5? And if so, what was Stab 4 about?
Jenny stares at her.
You're overthinking it.
Or maybe the people who made it were underthinking it. There's a reason I don't watch these movies.
I can't believe you've never seen them. We live in Woodsboro.
This has nothing to do with Woodsboro. I thought Stab was based on true stories.
The first 3, the trilogy, was all about Sidney Prescott and the Woodsboro murders. But then she threatened to sue them if they used her story, so they just started making stuff up. Stab 5 has time travel, which is by far the worst.
Don't we hear enough about this story every year?
At least Woodsboro's known for something.
Jenny smiles. Of course she does. Just then, she looks to the hallway.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
Jenny rises, starts towards the hallway.
I did.
Don't try and scare me.
I'm not trying to scare you.
You do this all the time.
No, I don't.
Jenny moves to the hallway.
Where are you going?
I heard something.
Marnie doesn't believe her, but still.
Are we the only ones here?
Jenny nods.
I'm gonna go check it out.
I know you're trying to scare me.
I swear I'm not.
Jenny takes off for the hallway. Interior of the hallway, house at night. It's dark. Jenny moves down it quickly. Interior of a family room, house. Marnie waits and watches from the living room, uneasy. Interior of the bedroom at night. Jenny enters her bedroom. Simple, sweet. She notices an open window.
What is it?
I left
Jenny
a window open.
In the family room. Marnie hears that, calls out.
That was stupid.
In the bedroom.
I'm just gonna check it out.
In the family room. Marnie looks around. Goes to the back patio sliding doors. Check to make sure they're locked. Just then, the phone rings.
Will you get that?
In the bedroom. Jenny has a cell phone in her hand. She's the one who's calling her own house.
Marnie!
In the family room, Marnie goes to the phone, answers it.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Marnie, who's this?
The last person you're ever going to see alive.
So lame.
Just then, Jenny bursts out laughing. In the bedroom.
I'm sorry, I had to.
You bitch. So not funny.
Jenny's amused with herself.
Someone falls for it every year.
I don't know why you get off on this shit. Ah!
Just then, Marnie screams. It's a deadly scream. Then, the line goes dead. Jenny pauses.
Marnie? Marnie?
Jenny looks to the bedroom door. Is she being pranked? The scream was very real. She gets up and starts for the hallway. Interior of the hallway house at night. Jenny moves down the hallway, back to the family room.
Marnie?
Suddenly, a crashing noise. Something is upturned. It's followed by silence. Jenny's looking a little scared. Interior of the family room. Jenny enters to find the room completely dark and empty. The back patio doors are wide open. The phone is on the floor. Jenny looks around.
Good one, Marnie. Lights out, phone on the floor. You know, you really should direct horror films, wherever you are. Let me guess, you want me to walk up by an open door frame so you can pop out, huh? Okay, timing. Timing is perfect. But you don't have the app on your phone, so you can't talk like Ghostface, can you?
Yes, I can.
Jenny's eyes widen.
Who is this?
Not an app.
Is this Trevor?
Do I sound like Trevor to you? Think of me as your director. You're in my movie. You got a fun part. Don't blow it.
What movie?
Same one Marnie's in. Only her part got cut way back. But you're the dumb blonde with the big tits. We'll have some fun with you before you die.
I have a 4.0 GPA and 135 IQ, asshole. What did you do with Marnie?
She's on the cutting room floor.
That's not funny.
This isn't a comedy. It's a horror film. People live, people die, and you'd better start running.
Marnie is thrown through the window, figure not seen. She is dead. Ghostface appears with a knife and chases Marnie through the house, slashing at her arms, legs, and back. Ghostface stabs her back hard, and she rolls down the stairs to the garage. She limps to the garage door, reminiscent of another Woodsboro murder. Ghostface kills her with the door. The screen cuts to black. Main title. Scream 4. Exterior, Woodsboro, morning, establishing. The morning sun shines bright over the quaint town of Woodsboro, California. Little moments of small town life are all around. Picture perfect. A car parks beside a bookstore. Out step Sidney Prescott, survivor, and a young woman, Rebecca Walters, 20s. A poised and polished power assistant keeps the wheels moving.
What do you think?
Well, I guess today is the anniversary, kids.
No, I mean the display.
Oh, it's good.
In the bookstore window, rows of Sidney's book out of the darkness.
I told the owner I'd kill his cat if he didn't get it right.
Nice.
Innocent, quiet, then sirens blare as squad cars tear down Main Street, racing, speeding, interrupting any hope of a peaceful day. Interior of a bedroom, Riley house, in the morning. A cell phone vibrates across the nightstand. Pull back to reveal a couple sleeping. Finally, a woman sits up, barely awake. It's Gail Weathers, or more accurately, Gail Riley. 10 years later, still strikingly beautiful, but no longer in that camera-ready way. She eyes the vibrating cell phone, looks to her husband. He gets out of bed and goes to work. It's Dewey Riley, all grown up, still sweet-faced and boyish, but experience has seasoned him, matured him. He gets out of bed and goes to work. Exterior of the Riley house in the morning. A nice 2-story house in a nice neighborhood. Dewey exits the house and moves to an SUV in the drive. It has the Woodsboro Sheriff's decal on the side. Just then, a cute sports car speeds down the street, rock music blaring.
Whoa, 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 stay alive!
Dewey hops in his Jeep. Interior of a sports car. Behind the wheel, Kirby Reed, 17, slows the car.
Shit. Sorry, Sheriff.
A cute and quirky girl. Was probably a tomboy until a year ago. Now, she's alternative. Or so she wants you to believe. Either way, she's cool. She speeds past him.
Kirby.
Exterior, neighborhood in the morning. The neighborhood is lined with houses. Nice lawns, sidewalks, etc. Typical small town neighborhood. Kirby pulls up and parks in front of an old 2-story home. Full of character. She toots the horn. A few moments and a young girl emerges. Jill Roberts. A 17-year-old beauty. Pretty in that ingenue way. Smart, strong, and a little bit goofy. She makes it sexy. A young girl full of contradictions, but instantly likable. There's not a mean bone in her body. She hurries to the car and hops in. Inside Kirby's car, Kirby turns down the music, launches into a huge discussion.
Hey, before you get in the car, you have to promise not to kill me.
Why? What did you do?
Trevor called last night.
Why is he calling you?
Because he won't take his calls. He knows I have your ear, and he wants to know how upset you are.
Kirby honks the horn again. Suddenly, Olivia Morris, 17, emerges from the house directly across the street from Jill's house. Olivia is sexy hot. Her walk, style, attitude is fearless and fierce. Olivia opens the car door.
Look, can we just not talk about this now, please?
Fine.
Okay, so Trevor called me last night.
He called you too?
He's worried your cousin coming to Wordsboro is distracting you from knowing how sorry he really is.
Well, that's inventive.
By the way, have you seen the Grim Reaper, Angel of Death?
What are you talking about?
Your cousin, Sydney, last stop on her book tour, first stop on her road to a new life. It's very dramatic. She's the reason why I love horror movies.
I'm sure she'd love to hear that if I knew her, which I don't, really.
Wherever she went, people died. Other people. It was never her. I mean, Stab is the wrong franchise for her. It should be called Final Destination.
Jill eyes her caller ID. Jenny Randall.
Why is Jenny Randall calling me?
Both Kirby and Olivia shrug.
Okay, why is Jenny Randall calling me?
Oh, the other woman.
Hello?
Hello, Jill.
Jenny, is this you?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Okay, who is this?
What does she want?
I said, who is this?
I asked you a question. What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm hanging up.
Wow, that was original.
I got a call like that this morning from Marnie the Carney.
What?
All scream, eyes wide.
You just ran a stop sign.
She's right. Kirby stops for a second and the girls catch their breath as the driver speeds off, cursing Kirby off.
Sorry.
Angel of Death.
Exterior, Woodsboro in the morning. Establishing shot. The morning sun shines bright over the quaint town of Woodsboro, California. Little moments of small town life are all around, innocent and simple. Picture perfect. Except on every lamppost for 3 blocks. A ghost mask has been placed over the light fixture. Somebody has played a prank. A city worker stands on a ladder, removing a mask. A female officer oversees. This is Deputy Judy Hicks, 30s. Cursed with cuteness, Hicks always plays it serious. She's overcompensating, but it just makes her cuter. The sheriff's jeep pulls up. Dewey slowly gets out, surveying the stunt.
Hey, Sheriff. Looks like the celebration has begun. High school kids, probably.
Dewey looks up and down Main Street. Damn.
One generation's tragedy is the next one's joke.
I'm sorry you can never get away from this. I know, I wish I'd been old enough to be part of the force when you were solving these crimes. It's those intense investigations that really bond relationships. How's Gail, by the way?
Gail's good. She's writing. Fiction.
She smiles. Small town sweet.
Hey, I made some lemon squares.
Dewey shies away from the idea.
No thanks, Judy.
Sheriff, you're not cheating on your wife if you eat my lemon squares.
Suddenly, Dewey's radio starts squawking.
Sheriff? Come in, Sheriff. Emergency.
Dewey grabs his
Go
walkie.
ahead.
You need to get to the Randall's house on Miller's Lane. It's bad, Sheriff. Real bad.
Dewey looks at Deputy Hicks. Something's up. Interior of the home office at the Riley house, morning. A small home office, a few plaques on the wall, an award or two, some framed photos of her days from Top Story. On shelves are stacks of books, The Woodsboro Murders, based on a true story. A glimpse of the latter sequels, College Terror, The Woodsboro Horror Continues, now a major motion picture, Hollywood Horror, The True Story of Stab 3, etc. Gail sits at her desk, laptop in front of her. Close on the computer screen. The words Chapter 1 have been typed 100 times. Gail takes a sip of coffee, taps her fingers, the words won't come. Finally, Gail pulls up Google on her screen, types in Sydney Prescott. New results. She double clicks. A news clip streams from a local San Francisco talk show, A View from the Bay. Gail presses play, and a young female host addresses the camera.
The book is Out of Darkness, and its author, Sidney Prescott, is here with us today. Have the 7 Stab movies, all based on Gail Weathers' books about you, made it even harder to go on?
I don't blame Gail. That's in the past. If I was a victim for too long, it was up to me to reinvent myself. So I wrote this book.
Sydney looks and sounds great, full of resilience and inner peace. This is a woman who has weathered a great storm. Close on Gail as she takes this in, affected.
Sidney Prescott, everybody, and rave reviews for her book, Out of Darkness.
Sydney smiles, genuinely happy. Gail clicks. Sid disappears. The screen returns to Gail's own writing, or lack of. She stares at the words chapter 1 over and over again.
Come on, Gail, let's do it. Let's reinvent myself. Except I have no fucking idea what to write.
Gail deleted the line, then leaps up and leaves the room. Exterior of Jenny Randall's house during the day. The idyllic family home is a murder site. Ambulances, sheriff's cars, county coroners. Interior of Jerry Randall's house. Blood is everywhere, streaked along the floor and furniture. Officers and technicians investigate, dusting for prints, taking photos, bagging evidence. Dewey stands in the living room, his face unflinching. He's staring at the sofa where Jenny and Marnie's bloody bodies have been left. On display, sitting upright, facing the television. Behind the TV, written in red, are the words, "What's your favorite scary movie?" A forensic guy is there inspecting the wall. He's doing a photo handwriting analysis. On the front porch, Dewey exits the house, moves to the edge of the porch. Alone, he lets out a deep sigh, letting his true emotions surface. This is hard for him. Just then, Hicks appears, with 2 deputies behind her. Perkins in the 40s, seasoned, and Haas, 20s, eager. Dewey spins around, not letting his emotions show. He's the sheriff, a leader, and he's good at it. Dewey takes off, leaving Hicks wistful. She feels his pain. Outside of the Woodsboro High School, red brick and tradition, establishing shot. The interior of the school corridor. Students come and go. Robbie Mercer, 16, a lively, wicked, smart, cool nerd, moves up the school stairs, fully camera equipped. He films everything with his friend Charlie Walker, 17, messy cute, who pops into the frame.
Oh, is that new?
This is the upgraded version. I am totally mobile now.
Nice. Look.
Oh, this is Hall Pass with Robbie Mercer. Here with the luscious Olivia Don't Lick My Tits, I Have a Mind Morris. Here's my Woodsboro Massacre anniversary question. What's your favorite scary movie?
That all you've got? Some stupid douche question?
Yeah, where did you hear that anyways?
It's a line from Stab 1. Duh.
Hey, Charlie.
You're a genre nut, Kirby. What's your favorite scary movie?
Andy.
That's funny, Charlie.
Completely unaware you exist.
No, man. She wants me.
Robbie hides a laugh.
Yeah, I wish, right? Asshole.
Inside the school, down the hall, Jill is at her locker, finishing up. She closes it, turns, and runs into Trevor Sheldon, 17, high school jock, perfectly handsome, perfectly cocky.
Hey, Jill. Can we talk?
Jill barely acknowledges him, just an awkward gaze.
Somebody cares about you over here, you know? Someone who made you really happy once. Someone who never should have let you go.
Jill finally turns to look at him, shaking her head.
When you're done with a phone call, you let someone go. Or when you take them to the airport, you let them go. When you tell someone you love her and she gives you everything and then you just go out with someone else, that's not letting her go. That's dumping her. Okay? That's betrayal.
She leaves, and Trevor stands there until he notices Robbie filming.
Trevor Sheldon, denied, live on Hall Pass with Robbie Mercer. What's your favorite scary movie, man?
I'll show you.
He lunges for Robbie, who jumps and squeals. Trevor laughs and turns to leave. Out exterior of Town Square in Woodsboro. A car pulls up and parks on the street. Gail gets out. She stares at the small bookstore on the corner. She walks over to it. At the corner of the bookstore, Gail looks in the window. Sydney's book is the only book on display. A sign reads, "Meet Sidney Prescott, today only." Interior of the bookstore. A small book and old-fashioned bookstore. It's crowded. At capacity. Standing room only. At a lectern stands Sydney Prescott, reading from her book. In the back, Gail sneaks in and finds a spot. She listens to Sydney, who is full of quiet strength and honesty.
I began to believe myself that that was all I was, a victim. And that was unacceptable to me. So I sat down and began to write a new role for myself that would be my own. A role for women who could leave the walls of fear behind and step back into the sunlight, out of darkness. Thank you.
Rebecca claps her hands together.
Okay, so we're going to start the book signing in a sec. Buy your copies while they last. I'm looking at you, ladies.
Sydney notices Gail, goes to talk to her.
Gail, I'm glad you came.
Congratulations, Sydney. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
I know where you can get one.
A lingering moment between these two women. Sydney senses something different about Gail. Just then, Dewey enters and Sydney lights up.
Dewey!
Gail watches as Sydney races to him, hugging him. Old friends. Only when they break does Sydney see Dewey's serious and worried expression. Dewey turns to Gail, who instantly reads him. Something is very, very wrong.
Hey, Sid. Gail, you made it.
What are you doing here?
Sid, I'm sorry. I got to do something here. I'm really sorry. Excuse me. This will only take a minute. I need all of you to stay where you are and remain silent. Nobody leaves yet. The sheriff thanks you.
Can this wait, Barney Fife? I'm running an event here.
Ma'am, this is a police event now.
What's going on?
Gail, this is police business. If you could just let us handle this.
I'm talking to my husband, Deputy Judy.
Listen, there's a phone we believe may have been taken from the scene of a crime. Deputy Hicks has traced its location back to these coordinates. The rest is need to know.
I'm not need to know.
Sheriff, it's ringing out here. It's coming from the trunk.
Everyone moves en masse to the source of this noise. A car parallel parked by the bookstore.
Dewey!
Gonna need everyone to stay back. Not now, Sid.
It's my rental.
Rebecca gestures with the keys and tosses them to Dewey, who opens the car to reveal lots of blood, posters, and a knife. And as if on cue, commotion erupts all around. People point to the store windows, to the cars and news vans seen approaching.
Okay, we have an official crime scene. Let's lock it down. Get that camera out of here. Everybody back.
Please tell me this is a prank, Dewey.
Gail tries to move around the cops. Deputy Hicks notices first and holds out an arm to block Gail specifically.
Get back.
I just want to see.
Exterior town square of Woodsboro. The quiet and peaceful town explodes into chaos as the news media descends on Main Street. News of the murders is out. Interior of a classroom. Mr. Baker is in the middle of class. He writes on the chalkboard with his right hand.
Okay, essays are due Tuesday. Why Woodsboro is the best.
Cell phones start to go off in class, vibrating everywhere. Students start texting each other. The news is spreading. Most of the kids check their phones.
Somebody want to share?
Suddenly, loud commotion outside. Media trucks are screeching up. Distracted, the kids all look to the windows. Even Mr. Baker is intrigued. Robbie reads his iPhone.
Jenny Randall and Marnie Cooper were murdered last night.
The room erupts into shock. Jill turns to Kirby. What? All of the kids start talking.
Charlie.
Oh, sorry, got lost on the page.
Page 30.
Thank you.
You turn to page 30.
Bottom of page 30.
Yeah, it just said that. Stabbed to death.
What's your favorite scary?
Shut up.
Class is not over.
Then the bell rings. Quickly, the class empties out, the news taking everyone's attention. Jill and Kirby start out. Exterior of Woodsboro High School, minutes later. On the lawn, TV cameramen hop out and jockey for position. TV reporters are quickly starting stand-ups.
This week marks the anniversary of the infamous Woodsboro murders. 2 girls killed the exact same day. Local celebrity victim Sydney Prescott chose to return to her hometown. It all could be something right out of Gail Weathers' bestseller. And where is she now? Well, living right here in Woodsboro.
Interior of a bullpen at the police station during the day. A bullpen, surrounded by offices, a flurry of activity. As deputies come and go, a chaotic atmosphere. Gail moves through the bullpen. She looks around, sees Deputy Hicks.
Haas. It's Haas's turn.
Sorry, it changed to a whole different page. I was on the right page.
No worries.
This is Riley.
Haas. That's also me. First Lady. Perkins.
Deputy Hicks notices Gail and moves in front of an interview room door. She looks a bit put out. She's not a big fan of Dewey's wife, but she's professional about it.
Excuse me, Gail. You conducting an interview.
Great. I love interviews.
You'll have to wait, Gail. Sorry, can't let you in.
What are you gonna do? Arrest me, Deputy Judy?
If it comes to it, civilian interference with a police investigation poses many a problem in a court of law.
Okay, well, listen to me, Judy. I don't mind that you're working with my husband, or that you even bake him those little treats as you do. But if you're gonna start acting like him, you gotta put a mustache on, because you sound ridiculous.
Dewey opens the door, takes in the scene.
Gail!
Deputy, Gail, please, Sydney, if you don't mind giving us just a minute.
Sid.
Hi, Gail.
Dewey, would you please explain to Betty Crocker that I have every right to be here? If there's been another murder in Woodsboro...
This is not public information.
It's all over the internet, Dewey.
It is?
Yes, the whole world knows about it before me.
She wants to be part of the investigation, Sheriff.
Hang on. Are you familiar with the phrase, I wrote the book on this?
Gail closes the door on Hicks.
Gail, with all due respect, I don't see how that pertains to...
Because I wrote the book on this, The Woodsboro Murders by Gail Weathers.
But you're not a reporter anymore, Gail, and even if you were...
Don't treat me like I'm the media. I helped solve these things 3 times, remember? You and me, together.
But I'm the sheriff now, Gail.
What? You're not going to let me help you with this?
I can't.
All right, then. Then I'm going rogue. This is what I'm good at, Dewey. This is what I know how to do.
Gail leaves the office and snaps to Hicks.
Your lemon squares taste like ass.
They don't. They really don't.
Thank you, sir.
Sheriff?
Yeah?
We've got a couple high school kids in here. 2 of them say they got threatening phone calls this morning from the victims' phones. Names are Olivia Morris and Jill Roberts.
That's Sid's cousin.
Perkins leads Dewey inside the room, with Deputy Hicks, Sydney, Kirby, Jill, and Olivia.
Hey, Jill.
Sydney, hi.
Hi. It's nice to see you, even under the circumstances. You okay?
Yeah.
So 2 of you got phone calls.
Yeah, us too. What's your favorite scary movie?
It was the killer's voice from Stab, or from your life. I'm Kirby, by the way. I'm their friend.
And the killer didn't call you.
No. Is that a bad thing? Does that mean I'm not going to live as long as these 2?
No. Maybe. Of course not.
Oh my God, did you hear that? I'm going to be next. I can't.
I shouldn't be here. I should leave town.
I'm afraid that's not really possible, Sydney. Look, nobody thinks you're involved, but everyone's a suspect. I'm sorry.
There was evidence in your car connecting the killer to you. You may be a material witness.
Interior of the bullpen area in the police station. Gail pours a cup of coffee, waiting, when she sees Sydney's assistant, Rebecca, outside the police station. She has her iPad out, BlackBerry in hand, and a headset in the ear.
No comment beyond Ms. Prescott's sincere condolences to the victim's family and friends. Thank you. This is Rebecca. Oh my fucking God, Henry. 2 girls butchered. Payday. And I was so not feeling Woodsboro. I was like, lame PR move, right? Well, fuck me, wow. Best idea ever.
Rebecca spots Gail watching her, gives a wave.
Henry, I'm gonna call you back.
Rebecca clicks off, goes to Gail in awe.
I'm sorry. I have to geek out. I didn't get a chance earlier. It's an honor to meet you. When I was a kid, it was all about Top Story with Gail Weathers. You were my 90s.
Gail's not sure she likes this girl. She's not a bitch. Just talky and self-involved.
Well, it's Gail Riley now.
You gave it all up for love, I know that. How long have you and Dewey been married?
10 years.
Just like your characters in Stab 3. Wow. Wow. I didn't mean bad wow. It's just always seemed more like, I didn't mean bad wow. It just always seemed like more of a movie romance than a real one because it was a movie. In real life, you two would never be dug a hole, climbing out here. So anyway, kudos on being brave enough to drop off the professional map. Any plans on revitalizing your tarnished brand?
Listen, in about 2 seconds, I'm going to revitalize your face with my tarnished brand.
Rebecca round the back, holding up her hand. Gail leaves.
I still got it.
Exterior of Robert's house, early evening. A patrol car is parked out in front of the house. Interior of the foyer of Robert's house. At night, a large old home. Not a lot of money, but comfortable. Haas is moving from room to room now, checking it out. Perkins can be seen going up the stairs. Detective Hicks can be seen in the kitchen with Kate. They're doing an official house clear. Interior of the guest bedroom upstairs. Perkins checks out the guest room. He looks in the closet, checks the windows, secures them. The bedroom faces the front of the house. His eyes scan the front yard and the street. In the kitchen, Kate and Jill are preparing food of the Roberts home. Kate and Jill are preparing food with Jill's mother, Kate Roberts, 40s, tired, and haughty.
She's so pretty. When you think about what she's survived, she must have scars everywhere.
Her mom was my sister. I have scars too. No one ever asks about my scars.
Sorry, Mrs. Roberts.
She means knife scars, Mom.
Oh, well, fine.
In the family room, Sydney and Dewey sit on the couch and catch up.
How are you? How's Gail?
I'm all right, but Gail, it's been hard on her. Small town husband, not much to write about.
You two okay?
Well, I read somewhere once, just when you think things can't get any worse, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they get better. Out of Darkness by Sidney Prescott, page 220.
He smiles warmly, tapping her knee.
I've got to get going.
It's nice to see you, Dewey. We've been through a lot together.
And we'll get through this too, okay?
Outside of the Roberts house, a light breeze, leaves blow across the lawn. Haas and Perkins can be seen sitting in a car parked in front. Dewey exits the house and moves down the walk to his Jeep. He waves at Deputy Haas. Interior of Jill's bedroom upstairs in the Roberts house. Jill turns to open the window as a noise comes. It's Trevor.
Look up. Be cool. Just me. Relax, relax. Just me.
Trevor comes inside, dusting off his clothes.
What the hell are you doing here? There are cops right up front.
No match for the ninja, baby. Anyway, what are you doing in the house with Sidney Prescott? I mean, that's like being on Top Chef with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Can you please get away from the window? You have no right to be in here. Not anymore.
Hang on. I heard you got a phone call from the killer. Is that true?
What do you care?
Don't you think you'd be a lot safer with me around?
I don't trust you, Trevor.
I'm just gonna have to make sure that you do, all right?
Sydney opens the door, blinks, and takes a step back.
Oh, sorry. I didn't.
No, he's just leaving. It's my ex.
Yeah, her one and only.
Hi.
Hi, it's cool to meet you officially. I keep meaning to pick up a copy of your book, but you're smaller in person.
Awkwardly, he leaves. Sydney watches Jill.
What?
Nothing. Just you remind me of me. Lock your window, okay?
Yeah. Good night.
Night.
Interior of the hallway and upstairs landing of the Roberts house. Sid quietly closes the door, turns and sees Deputy Hicks on the other side of the staircase. Sid jumps.
Sorry about that. I was just making my rounds before taking off.
Great. Thanks.
Sid starts to her room. Deputy Hicks starts to come around the stairs.
You don't remember me, do you? We went to high school together. Judy Hicks. We had the same homeroom.
Sydney studies her a moment, tries to recall.
And drama club, too. We were in Peter Pan together. I played a lost boy. You were Tiger Lily.
Sydney smiles politely. She still doesn't remember. Deputy Hicks tries to hide her disappointment.
It's okay. You had a lot of stuff going on back then. And well, I guess I wasn't very memorable. Awkward. Then
It's nice to see you again, Judy.
Sid disappears down the hall. Hicks stares after her, bummed, and just a little irked, too. Outside of the Roberts residence at night.
4-letter word for courage.
Guts.
Olivia Morris parks her car and goes into the house. Kirby jumps up, looks out the window, sees Olivia getting out of her car across the street. They wave. Olivia moves up the walk to her house. It's dark inside.
That's Olivia Morris. She lives next door. She's on the list.
She can live next door to me.
Interior of Jill's bedroom at night. Close on the TV screen. Jill and Kirby watch Shaun of the Dead. Kirby's phone rings. She answers.
Hello? What are you guys up to?
We're watching Shaun of the Dead.
You know there are 2 zombies sitting outside of your house in a car? Yep.
There are cops. You want to come up?
Did the angel of death leave?
No, she's in the guest room.
Forget it. Next door is close enough.
Your mom home?
She's at her boyfriend's. It's creepy around here tonight.
Well, the zombies are still in their car, so you should be all right.
Call me tomorrow, okay?
Both girls hang up the phone.
She didn't want to come up?
He fears the Reaper.
Watch this.
Jill calls Olivia again, mimics the voice of Ghostface.
What's your favorite scary movie, Olivia?
That's the worst imitation I've ever heard, Jill. Speaking of stab, have you heard where the stabathon is going to be yet?
Nope. And it doesn't matter to me anyways. My mom doesn't let me go.
Kirby's phone rings. The caller ID says,
It's Trevor.
Trevor.
I'll handle this.
Trevor's calling again.
What do you want?
I want to talk to Jill.
No, it's Kirby. Sorry, Trevor. Jill is screening our calls from all past relationships.
What's going on over there? Hang on a sec.
What is he saying?
I'm not Trevor.
What? I can barely hear you, Trevor.
This isn't Trevor.
Oh, all right. Well then, why do you have his phone, whoever this is?
He's trying to do Ghostface.
He's being weird.
I want to talk to Jill.
Okay, well, she doesn't want to talk to you. Come on, Mr. Ghostface, whisper to me. Aren't you supposed to ask me a question?
All right, how's the movie?
What movie?
Shaun of the Dead.
How did you know that?
Because I'm standing in the closet.
Stop, you're not.
What's going on?
Trevor's being weird. I mean, if it is him, I don't know.
This is not fucking Trevor.
Well, then who the fuck are you?
Open the closet door.
You do know there are cops all over this house.
I think I'd have just enough time to slice someone open.
I'll talk to him.
What's going on over there, you guys?
Sorry, I don't know. Kirby, come on, do it.
There is no way you're in here.
See for yourself.
Kirby moves closer and closer and closer to the closet door.
Kirby, come on. Talk to me. This isn't funny. Kirby.
Liar, I'm over this.
She opens the closet and rifles through the clothes. There's no one inside.
I never said I was in your closet.
Smash cut to Olivia's bedroom. Olivia is still on the phone with Jill when a ghost-faced figure explodes from her closet. Surprised and stunned, she barely has time to react when the ghost face is upon her. Back in Jill's bedroom, both Jill and Kirby hear Olivia scream.
Olivia? Olivia.
What's happening?
They turn to each other. Olivia can be heard screaming from both of their phones. In Olivia's bedroom, a large butcher knife strikes. It tears into Olivia's arm, slicing her flesh. She screams and tumbles backwards. The cell phone hits the floor. On Jill and Kirby, confused, crazed, they race to the window and look across the street. They can make out a struggle, a ghost face, but then the light goes out. In Sydney's bedroom, Sydney hears screaming. She bolts from her bed on Olivia, as Olivia tries in vain to flee, but the ghost face cuts her off, smashing into her. She goes crashing to the floor. She crawls to her knees and tries again. The ghost face is upon her again, knife raised. Olivia cries out one last blood-curdling scream. Click. Both lines go dead. A moment of frozen horror. Both girls are screaming in terror when Sydney comes racing into the room. They point to the window. Sydney goes to the window. Sydney's point of view. The house is now dark. Suddenly, a flashing light takes her eye. It comes from Olivia's upstairs bedroom. Clothes on Sydney's face, overcome with horror, as she stares into Olivia's bedroom window to see a ghost-faced figure holding Olivia by the neck. She's still alive, terrified, hurt, whimpering, but alive. Sydney watches as the ghost face picks up the large knife, then turns to the window and stares back at Sydney, taunting her. Sydney screams, beats the windows. God, no. She jumps into action. She bolts from the bedroom, running, racing, nearly falling down the stairs.
Us! Help! Perkins! Shit!
She screams bloody murder, but she wastes no time stopping. She rips open the front door and outside in the street. Sid bolts out of the house, running across the street, screaming her lungs out. She sees the deputy's patrol car, goes to it, but no sign of Deputy Hicks or anyone. She beats on the hood. Jill and Kirby come racing out of the house after Sydney. She screams at them. She runs barefoot across the street. Kirby goes racing back inside the house while Jill debates. Exterior of Olivia's house at night. Sydney races up the drive to the front door. It's locked. She goes to the window next to it. She picks up a potted plant and throws it through. Glass shatters. Sydney climbs in after it. Interior of Olivia's living room. Sydney can't be stopped. She races through the living room, her feet bloody from broken glass. She climbs the stairs. On the upstairs landing, it's dark. Sydney sees a light through a door. She bursts through it to find Olivia's body on the bed, propped up against the headboard. Her stomach ripped open, her insides exposed, blood everywhere. She's too late. The sight overwhelms Sid. She erupts into tears. Her knees fail her. She clutches the door to keep from falling. Then a phone rings. Sid turns to find a cell phone sitting on the dresser, as if waiting for her. She picks it up, brings it to her ear. A long silence, and then...
Welcome home, Sydney. Preview of coming events.
Why don't you come for me? You got the balls for that?
Oh, poor Sydney. You think this is all about you. You think you are still the star.
This isn't a fucking movie.
It will be.
These are innocent people.
Spare me the lecture. You've done very well by all this bloodshed, haven't you? Well, how about the town you left behind? I've got plans for you. I'm gonna slit your eyelids in half so you don't blink when I stab you in the face. You'll die when I want you to, Sydney, not a moment before. Until then, you're gonna suffer.
Sydney?
Jill, stay right there.
Click. The phone goes dead. A noise behind her. Sid spins around to see Jill racing up the stairs, but Jill doesn't stop. She gets to the top of the staircase. Sid goes to her to block her from seeing Olivia's body.
Is she?
Do not look, okay?
She said you were the angel of death.
Just as Sydney goes to Jill, Ghostface lunges from the hall closet, knife raised. He barrels into Sydney, but she's fast. She spins around and knocks him against the wall. As Jill races to help, the Ghostface turns on her, knife raised. Sydney lunges at him. The knife strikes Jill in the arm, slices open her shirt, as Sydney and the Ghostface go tumbling down the stairs. Together, intertwined, they hit the base of the stairs hard. The Ghostface instantly rises, but Sid is disoriented. She tries to crawl away, but Ghostface pulls her back when Sydney kicks the Ghostface off of her. She scrambles to her feet, racing to the door. She turns around to discover Ghostface has disappeared. Deputy Haas takes off in pursuit while Deputy Perkins goes to Sydney. He tries to help her, but she pushes him away.
Jesus, hey, it's me. I'm here. Let's go. That's it. All right, Jill?
Kirby runs in after him.
Oh my God, are you okay? Here, keep pressure on it.
Oz, call it in. Right. Hey, are you okay?
You should look upstairs.
Perkins takes out his gun and goes upstairs. Exterior of Olivia's house at night. Crime scene chaos. Squad cars, ambulance, coroner's van, police officers, detectives, news vans, reporters, neighbors, officers, detectives. Exterior of the neighborhood street at night. An ambulance speeds away, revealing Dewey. He eyes Hicks with Perkins and Haas and marches over. They instantly start defending themselves. The gathered crowd starts heckling Sydney. The officers make them disperse.
Sorry about what I said. Do you want to get that looked at?
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Okay. I saw him go into that yard 2 houses down right before.
Yeah, and I circled around to cut him off,
And
and I met Haas coming from the other direction.
He must have circled back somewhere. He's like a ghost.
Chief, we're sorry. We feel terrible.
all right, get out of here.
The deputies know they screwed up. Big time. Just then, the coroner and his team carry Olivia's body out of the house. The sight weighs heavily on Dewey.
This is Hall Pass with Robbie Mercer, webcasting live in our darkest hour. What began as a day of remembrance has ended with serial murder. Olivia Morris, who will officially never go out with me, is dead. So is Jenny Randall and Marnie Cooper. Our local legacy, the Stab movies, is coming to life. Excuse me.
Are you recording with that thing?
Live video blog upload.
He's webcasting right now.
Mind turning it off for a little old school off the record?
Can't owe it to my audience.
Turn that fucking thing off.
Okay.
So, you two are the boys that run the movie club at Woodsboro High?
Charlie runs it. I'm just VP, in case he takes a bullet. It's called Cinema Club.
So, you must have a very unique insight into the movie buffs at your school.
Maybe.
What if we could catch the killer by working together? 2 generations of cutting-edge journalists intertwining our passions for media. What would you say?
I love you.
Very good. Now, you give me your expertise on the gore geek scene at Woodsboro High, and maybe I give you something in return. Say, a celebrity visit to your cinema club? By me.
What about Sydney?
What about Sydney?
Yeah, you know her, right? I mean, you're friends with her. No offense, but that'd be a big deal for the cinema club. A visit from Sydney Prescott? I mean, she's the star.
Yes, she's Daniel Radcliffe to my J.K. Rowling.
Without the book sales and the box office. Whatever.
Exterior of a hospital. Establishing shot. A small town hospital. The media has descended upon the main steps. Cameras and reporters everywhere. Inside the emergency room, a flurry of activity, whirling around Sydney and Jill. Nurses, medics, doctors, they're being treated side by side. Jill sits reclined in the bed as Dr. Orth, 38, handsome and confident, bandages her wound. Rebecca hails Sydney as she leaves the hospital room.
Sydney! Ooh, ow. Random wants to lock you into 3 more books now. See the blank line in your contract? You can name your price. And as soon as you're clear in this investigation, we're on the next plane to New York. I booked Today, The View, Nancy Grace, MTV News.
Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Did you read my book?
Thought I'd wait for the movie.
Book tour's over.
Sydney, accept your situation. You're a victim for life. So embrace it. Use it. I know you care about your readers. All those downtrodden little fucks that just need a little light at the end of the tunnel so they don't jump off a bridge. And a lucky break like this, I'm talking 100% increase in sales, minimum. That's maybe 1 million more people get your message and you get a ton more checks. Win-win.
I won't be needing you anymore.
Sydney.
You're fired.
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 Fine.
Rebecca goes into the hospital elevator, takes it down to the parking garage.
Have you even read my book, Rebecca? The problem with Sydney is she never gets laid. Or even a little shit-faced once in a while. She'll call me tonight and apologize. Just watch. She'll come around. Gotta just give her time and Sydney will come around.
Exterior, parking garage. A dimly lit lot. Rows and rows of parked cars. Rebecca appears moving through them. She looks around, unable to remember where the rental is parked. She presses keys. Beep! The rental's car's lights flash 2 rows over. She starts for it, and then her cell phone rings. She digs into her bag, pulls it out with her earpiece. It's marked blocked caller. She answers, inserting her Bluetooth earpiece.
This is Rebecca.
Sydney Prescott, please.
I'm handling Miss Prescott's calls and appearances. May I take a message?
You are the message.
Rebecca does a double take and quietly continues to her car.
Are you writing this down?
Yes, I am. It's kind of hard to hear you. I'm in the hospital with Sydney. If you could just hang on 1 second.
I've got time. It's you that doesn't. You know, Rebecca, it doesn't sound to me like you're in the hospital. It sounds like you're in a parking garage. A dark, deserted parking garage. But if you want to be in the hospital, I'd be happy to put you there. In the fucking morgue!
Phone goes dead. It takes a second for this to register. Horror fills Rebecca's face. She locks the car doors, starts the engine, looks to the left and right, then spins around and peers into the back of the seat. It's empty. Finally leaves the car and runs for the door. The handle falls out. She turns back when Ghostface slashes her throat with a knife. Rebecca's scream is cut short. Exterior of a hospital. Night. The press is having a field day with the news of another murder. Amongst the crowd is Trevor, watching. Dewey continues to answer reporters' questions at the hospital's entrance.
This is an ongoing investigation, and rest assured, we're pursuing a number of leads. The less I say about that, the better. So, in taking questions...
Sir!
Dewey,
Dale?
any comment on the fact that these killings seem to resemble the pattern of the original Woodsboro murders?
Later. As I was saying, my officers are hard at work, and we just want the community to know that we're very close to bringing this whole situation under control.
In front of the crowd of reporters, Rebecca falls off the roof, hits a media van, her throat slashed. Horrific screams from all around as the cameras film every second of it.
Oh shit!
Get up to the top of the structure. Go, go!
Everyone back, stay back.
All right, nobody move. Listen, I want a man in each stairwell.
It's all under control, huh, Sheriff?
What am I supposed to say?
Listen, I may not be wearing a uniform, but I happen to have a lead and you don't, so let me know when you're back on Team Gale. Move it, amateurs.
Interior of a school. Audiovisual room. Robbie and Charlie are at the front of the room. Kirby, Trevor, Sydney, and Gale in chairs. Other students fill the room.
Okay, Cinema Club, we are now in session. Welcome.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves.
We are a sanctioned after-school activity, 1 rung below the Glee Club, 2 above Nintendo Wii Fit. And let me just say to our guest, Sydney Prescott, it's an honor. Beyond Jamie Lee Curtis, forget Linda Blair. I mean, this is the ultimate.
Thanks, I guess. This? You filmed your entire high school experience and what, posted on the net?
Everybody will be doing it someday, Sid.
It's kind of the one component the killer's missing.
What do you mean?
Well, if you want to be the new version, the killer should be filming the murders.
Yeah, it's like the natural next step in a psycho-slasher innovation.
And you film them all in real time, and then before you get caught...
You upload them into cyberspace, making your art as immortal as you.
Not to
implicate him.
Who do you think is behind the murders?
Well, it's a stab fanatic, clearly. Working on less of a shriekwell and more of a scream make. Copyrighted terms, by the way. Because all there are now are remakes. Only horror the studio's greenlight. I mean, there are still rules, but the rules have changed. The unexpected is the new cliche.
Yeah, you gotta have an opening sequence that blows them off, dial up some flashy music video direction.
And the kills gotta be way more extreme. Modern audiences get savvy to the rules of the originals, so the reversals become the new standard. In fact, the only surefire way to survive a modern horror movie, you pretty much have to be gay.
So why are you so sure that the killer's working by the rules of a horror remake?
The original stab structure is pretty apparent.
Yeah, 2 kids in a house when their parents are away.
And then the school's hot chick, savage beyond recognition. We all know where it goes from there.
A party.
Exactly. A party. Guaranteed 3rd act main cast bloodbath. Fingers crossed on some nudity for a change.
Okay, so do you know of a party that's happening tonight?
Well, there's Stabathon.
Stabathon?
It's a movie marathon. All 7 stabs back to back. We do it every year.
And it's tonight. There's a killer out there patterning his murders after the original movie.
I know. It's pretty wild.
Well, you have to call it off.
Okay. I mean, it's Friday. I'm sure we're not the only party that's going on in Woodsboro.
So where's this circle jerk gonna take place?
So who's ready for the Q&A?
No, I really want the location.
You know, it's kind of an underground thing. Email invites, pretty secret.
What, you're not gonna tell me? Really? We're working together, remember?
So are you ready for that Q&A?
Fuck you. Let's go.
Gail pulls Sydney out of the room.
That was awesome.
Interior of the Roberts kitchen, morning. Sid looks up as Jill enters the kitchen. Sid goes straight for her and hugs her. It's comforting to Jill.
I feel like I'm under house arrest.
You know, when people say, I know how you feel, but you know they're just saying that because they have no friggin' idea how you feel. I know how you feel. I'm sorry about Olivia.
Sydney's look says it all. She does know. Jill appreciates it, finding comfort in Sydney's quiet strength.
I'm sorry about your publicist. How do you handle it? People staring at you all the time?
People stare at me?
I could never handle that kind of attention. I just feel like it would take over your whole life.
What I do is I try not to think about me. I have people I care about and I focus on them. And the rest, it works out.
You saved my life last night. I mean, I know we're family, but you hardly know me. Makes me wonder, if I'd have been brave enough to do the same thing.
I really hope you never have to find that out.
Jill stares at her and then bites her lips and stands.
Well, if you need me, you know where to find me. I'll be up in my cell, my room.
Interior of Jill's bedroom in the Roberts house, afternoon. Close on the TV, the local news. It's muted. Jill is on the phone with Kirby, looking out her window at Olivia's. Kirby approaches the Stabathon. It's at an abandoned warehouse with seemingly every kid in the neighborhood. They're all drinking, and many are cosplaying from the movie series. Haystacks divide the warehouse, which has 2 levels.
Her room's all boarded up. That's the view from my cell. It's really weird.
I think Olivia would understand, okay? She'd want me to be with other people. Holy shit. If I did just crash land on Planet Dork. Speaking of which, Trevor's here.
Hey, Kirby.
What is he doing there? That is so not his scene.
I have no idea. Maybe he thought you would be here.
Yeah, fat chance. After what happened last night, my mom is just completely freaked out.
All right, look. You go do your good girl thing, and I will drink for the both of us. I will keep you posted.
All right, be safe.
Kirby moves to the front of the warehouse. Charlie and Robbie climb on top of a makeshift stage. The crowd yells, "Stabathon! Stabathon! Stabathon!" throwing toilet paper and other random shit around the warehouse. Gail saunters through the warehouse, acting like one of the kids. She wears a ghost face mask and places hidden cameras around the warehouse. Then she goes back to her car and looks over the feeds.
Thank you, gracias. Cinema Club thanks you for coming out to our 3rd annual Stabathon. Safety in numbers, my friends, safety in numbers. Who's ready to drink every time someone can't get a cell phone signal?
Yeah!
Who's ready to drink every time someone shuts the refrigerator door and, oh my god, there's a harmless character right behind it?
Who's ready to drink every time someone screams the word?
No!
No.
Let's get this Stabathon started!
Yes. Oh yeah, back on my game. Perfect. New work in progress, chapter 1. When I moved to Woodsboro, I never in a million years dreamed that I would again play the critical role in solving another series of these. What the hell?
Someone has covered the cameras. Before covering the final one, they show their face, or their ghost face. Gail calls Dewey. Exterior. Dewey is driving down the road, answers a phone call.
Gail, where are you?
I followed the kids to the Stabathon. There's an old abandoned farm on Fort Dillon Road. Listen, I've got it under surveillance, but I think the killer's about to make his move.
What makes you so sure?
You do a remake to outdo the original. That's what the kids said. This party is all about the stab movies. Come on, how meta can you get?
How whata can you get?
I don't know. I heard them say it. Dewey, listen to me. You have to get out here. Come on, you catch the killer. I get the story. It's a win-win.
Well, I thought you were going rogue, Gail.
Oh, are you serious? Come on. Forget it. Thanks for having faith in me. I gotta fix my equipment.
Gail, shit.
Interior of the warehouse. Kirby approaches Charlie, already tipsy.
Bravo. Very well done. I'm very impressed. I mean, kind of. Kind of impressed. Not really.
That will do.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants me.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Who
is this?
Were
You were
you
expecting somebody?
No.
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 I
I
don't
don't even know
know
you. And I
And I
just
dislike
you
you
already.
already.
Hicks, how far are you from Fort Dillon Road?
5 minutes at most, sir.
Well, step on it.
Dewey hangs up the phone. Gail goes back inside, finds her cameras, and removes the covers. Dewey makes his way to the farm and goes into Gail's car. Gail notices other cameras watching her, and everyone else at the warehouse. She didn't place those. Dewey sees Ghostface approaching from behind.
Gail, behind you.
Ghostface strikes Gail in the shoulder from behind. Gail runs through the hay to try and lose Ghostface. He follows, slashing with his knife. He catches her. She kicks him and crawls away, but he grabs her leg. She is in sight of the others now. Dewey approaches.
Free!
Dewey shouts to Ghostface, who stabs Gail in the shoulder and throws her to the first floor. Dewey keeps shooting. Chaos and kids get in the way, and Ghostface escapes.
Get out of the way, you moron. Gail, okay, put pressure on that.
Did you catch him?
No, hopefully your camera's got something.
They weren't the only ones, Dewey.
What?
There was a webcam hidden up there. It was watching me.
A webcam?
He's recording the murders.
What?
This time, he's making the movie.
Exterior of Kirby's house, night. A patrol car sits in the driveway of Kirby's house. Interior of the patrol car. Haas and Perkins sit in the front seat, in mid-conversation.
The cops guarding outside the house always get it. It's a movie cop rule. It sucks to be a cop in a movie unless you're Bruce Willis.
Not all the cops die in movies.
No. But if it's your last day before retirement, you do. Or if you're a rookie and just found out your wife is pregnant, you do. Or if your partner is better looking at than you do. I win that one.
I won that one. Who do we have here?
Charlie and Trevor can be seen walking up to the house. Perkins flashes the red lights. They stop. Haas opens the car door.
You know what? I'll take the next perimeter. I'll be right back. Shit. I know this one. You're not supposed to say that, are you?
New decade, new rules. You know, these days you might come back, find me dead, eyes gouged out, tongue sticking out. Could go either way.
I gotta learn this shit. I'll take this one.
Hey, Haas. Be careful.
I'm always careful.
Dead man walking.
Haas trails around the house with his flashlight, notices something, and checks again.
Perkins, was there a window open on your last burger check?
No response. Starts to make his way back to the car.
Perkins, come in. Over. Anthony?
He can see Perkins inside, very still. Is he sleeping? The closer Haas gets, the more worried he becomes. He comes around to the driver's side, sees clearly that Perkins is slumped over the wheel. He races to him. Suddenly, Perkins lifts up, laughing uncontrollably.
Fuck. Damn it.
You should have seen the look on your face, rookie.
Haas wants to smack him, but he's stabbed in the chest. It comes fast and quick, from behind. The knife penetrates deep. Haas cries out, drops to the ground, revealing the ghost face behind him.
Hoss! What the fuck?
Perkins reaches for his gun, but he's too slow. The ghost face rushes him. In one swift move, the knife slices his neck open. The carotid artery erupts.
Oh, shit. Fuck Bruce Willis.
The ghost face killer works fast. He pops the trunk. He's going to hide the bodies. Interior of the Roberts house, night. Sid hears noises outside. She freezes. Looks to the patio doors. Sydney rises and goes to the 2 large glass doors that lead to the deck and backyard. It's dark. She flips the back porch light. Jumps, startled by her own reflection. Jesus. She instantly sees the source of the noise. A wind chime has tangled itself around the post of a back porch. The night breeze causes it to tap across against the post. She opens the door and steps out onto the back deck. Sid quickly tries to untangle the chime. She's very vulnerable standing out there alone. The yard is pitch black around her. She pulls on the chime and ends up bringing it down on top of her. Shit. She then attempts to hang it back up, but it's too much trouble. Fuck it. She tosses it to the side of the porch. She steps back inside, locks the door, turns the outside light out. In the kitchen, Sid enters the kitchen and goes to the fridge. Opens it, grabs the water when tap, tap, tap. Sid spins around to the family room. In the family room, Sydney approaches the back glass doors again, pitch black. She clicks on the porch light to reveal the wind chime is now back, hanging from the porch post, right where it was. Tap, tap. But how? Who put it back? Sid's face goes pale. When Kate's head pops up from below the window, Sid screams. Kate was bent over looking under a potted plant.
Sorry, the chimes were over here. It was me. I was just trying to fix them. Sorry. Just back from the store.
You're shopping?
My stress buster. I've got one more bag in the car. I'll be right back.
The phone rings.
Jill, you gonna get that? Robert's residence.
You're a survivor, aren't you, Sydney? Your one and only skill. You survive. Well, I have one question for you. What good is it to be a survivor in this little drama if everyone close to you is dead?
Who are you?
Turn on the TV to channel 6.
Who the fuck are you?
Turn it on. Watch the teaser.
Sydney turns on the news, where a reporter discusses the attack on Gail.
But it nearly turned deadly tonight, with the latest victims of these attacks being the wife of the Woodsboro Sheriff, Gail Riley, a.k.a. Gail Weathers, who's in serious condition tonight after being stabbed. Her assailant then disappeared in a sea of identical...
Sydney angrily turns off the television.
Glad you came home, Sydney. Has it been worth it yet?
Why are you doing this?
Friends count, but it's the family ties that cut deep, right? Am I right?
What do you mean?
The ones you care about most, and what's closer than family? The bond of blood.
Don't.
You can't save them. All you can do is watch.
Jill?
She runs up the stairs to Jill's room. It's empty, with Jill's laptop on the bed. Sydney reads. Jill, come pick me up. Kirby, on my way.
Kate!
She runs down the stairs, almost right into Kate.
Sid?
Jill's not in her room.
Oh my god.
She's gone to Kirby's. You gotta call her and get her back here, okay?
Kate calls, squinting in frustration.
Come on, Jill.
Leave a message.
She's not picking up. What's going on?
The killer called. He's coming after me, but he wants my family first.
Oh god, Jill.
Let's get the cops.
The cops aren't there. They were there when I first came in, but they're not there now.
Well, let's go to Kirby's.
At the front.
They open the door, but quickly slam it shut. Ghostface has appeared with a knife. Sydney pushes the door shut from the top.
Brace it from the bottom, can you?
Kate sits on the floor, holding the door shut.
Let's get out of here. Kate, come on. Kate, tell Joe I'm so sorry.
Sydney moves Kate from the door to hear a knife retract. Ghostface has stuck it through the mail door. Sydney takes Kate's pulse. She's dead. She takes Kate's keys, sees someone running past a window. Sydney runs to the back door, into Deputy Hicks.
Hicks, what are you doing?
I just saw someone coming around the side of the house. Where are Hudson Perkins? I can't get them on the radio. Whose blood is that?
It's Kate's. We were just attacked. She's dead.
Where is she?
Front door.
Show me.
Okay.
Stay here. This is Deputy Hicks. I've got a homicide at the Roberts residence. No side at Perkins or Haas. Copy that.
She checks back on Sydney. Exterior, Robert's driveway. Sydney takes Kate's car and drives off. Interior, hospital hallway. EMTs and Dewey wheel Gail into a hospital room. Nurses transfer her to a hospital bed.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're going to be fine, all right? I swear. No more on your own. It's you and me, forever. All right, 1, 2, 3, easy.
Dewey,
Yeah?
promise me something.
Anything.
Catch that motherfucker.
Absolutely.
I love you.
Interior of the family room, Kirby's house, at night. Kirby, Jill, Robbie, and Charlie sit on Kirby's living room couches, getting drunk.
Unit chaos. Utter chaos.
I can't believe that.
The sheriff's wife, man. She told us to cancel it and we didn't. Now this?
What are we supposed to do? Robbie, calm down. It makes sense. This is what the reboots do. Nah, they one up the original ending. The Woodsboro murders ended at a party.
So, in the remake, the party's the false ending. New rules.
Exactly. Okay, no offense, guys, but I'm gonna put in stab 7. Nobody cancels my film festival.
Whoa, I don't want to watch that. Not after what happened to Olivia.
Come on. It was her favorite.
Charlie looks over Kirby's horror film collection.
Wow, Kirby, you got some classics here.
Yep.
Suspiria, Don't Look Now.
You know it. I could trivia your ass under the table, Cinema Boy.
Oh yeah? Who played Leatherface first?
Gunnar Hansen.
Oh, wow. You feel that? That charge that just moved between us just then?
Oh, that was me. I have powers.
So sexy.
You guys are unbelievable. You're playing fucking trivia games? The cops are gonna come for us. They're gonna shut down my website. We're so dead.
Yeah, I agree.
Jesus Christ, where'd you come from?
The front door. By the way, Kirby, with everything that's going on right now, you probably shouldn't leave that unlocked.
And may I ask, what the hell are you doing here?
What? Didn't I find the after party?
No, you found the anti-party, and it's invitation only.
I got an invitation from Jill. So what's the story?
What?
You sent me a text message. After party at Kirby's house. I mean, it was from your phone.
What do you mean, from my phone? Where is my phone? I think I left it in your car, Kirby. I didn't text him. I didn't text you. And I'll prove it.
Jill storms out of the room.
Charlie, Robbie, how does it feel to be an accessory to a crime? I mean, really, Dewey's wife?
My life is over.
So, which one of you guys sent me a text message from Jill's phone?
We're just supposed to accept that you're telling the truth. Isn't your phone missing?
Got a new one.
Really? Oh, that's incredibly convenient.
Interior of Robert's house. Deputy Hicks is on the phone with Dewey.
Dewey, a text.
What's up?
Kate Roberts is dead, and Sydney fled the scene.
What? What happened to Kate?
She was stabbed, just like the others.
What about Jill?
No sign of her at all.
Where the hell were Haas and Perkins?
They were found dead in their car 2 blocks away. Multiple stab wounds.
Okay. I'm on my way.
Yes, sir.
Interior of the family room. Kirby's house, night. Kirby and Charlie are watching Stab 7.
Charlie, you want to sit over here next to me? All right.
Robbie goes into the kitchen to take tequila shots, and then takes the whole bottle onto the porch. Exterior of Kirby's house on the porch at night. Robbie lights up a cigarette, looks around the back deck. Patio furniture, built-in barbecue, and bar. Manicured gardens, green grass, a detached guest house in the rear. Very nicely done. He starts to stream.
All right, get ready for a hall pass with Robbie Mercer Extra. Now, tonight there's a good chance that Charlie Walker, yes, my Charlie Walker, may get lucky with a girl. Now, I'm unable to divulge my exact location. However, suffice it to say that Woodsboro High may be in store for some geek history. We'll see.
Robbie stumbles, puts on his headset. He hears some noises, looks around for the source.
Hello? Who's there?
He turns around too quickly, right into a planter.
Oh my God.
Interior of Kirby's house in the living room. Back to Kirby and Charlie sitting close in the living room.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you're really into the movie and all, but now would be a really good time to make a move.
For me to make a move? Couldn't you make a move?
I just did. Because you're actually pretty cute. Especially when I'm scared and lonely and drunk.
Charlie and Kirby lean in to kiss. And Trevor appears from nowhere.
Hey guys, did you see Jill come in? I didn't see her outside.
Yes, Trevor, she is upstairs. But thank God you're here to protect her when you can't even find her.
There's nobody out here. Oh, dude, I love this part of the movie. Yeah. Just when you think they're all safe and comfortable in the house, Ghostface comes in and bam!
Charlie jumps up and storms out of the room.
Did I just interrupt something right there? Shut the fuck up!
Who invited you, Trevor?
All right. Clearly not you. Wow. I'm gonna be upstairs laughing.
Get out of my house.
Okay, I'm a little drunk, so don't blame your internet connection. Let's see what Charlie's up to, shall we? Or the saga of Trevor and Jill. Oh, the intrigue of Woodsboro High. Who needs a killer around when there's so much drama?
He opens the feed on his phone, doesn't see anything. Waves hand in front of his face and realizes the camera is on backwards.
Oh man.
Flips the camera, puts headset on correctly.
That's better.
Ghostface opens the front door, right in front of Robbie. He stabs Robbie in the chest. Robbie stumbles down the stairs and Ghostface stabs him in the chest. Robbie falls to the ground. Ghostface advances.
No, you can't. There's rules. I'm gay.
Ghostface turns head to the side. He attacks with the knife. It strikes Robbie in the chest.
I mean, if it helps.
Interior of Kirby's house in the living room. Kirby walks to the front door, looking and listening.
Kirby, I found my phone. It was up in your room. There was no text message sent to Trevor. He is such a liar. Where is he?
What do you mean, where is he? He just went upstairs looking for you.
He's not upstairs.
Trevor, Charlie, Robbie, maybe they're outside.
Kirby opens the door. Sydney is right there. Both girls scream.
Jill.
Sydney, I'm sorry. I should have told you.
No, it's okay. I need you to come with me right now, okay?
Sydney ushers the girls out to the front door. They turn to see Robbie stumbling before he collapses, bleeding out onto the porch. Ghostface is hot on his heels.
Run.
Sydney and the girls run back inside. Sydney tries to close the door on Ghostface, but he catches it. Kirby runs deeper into the house, but Ghostface chases Jill and Sydney up the stairs and catches Sydney's leg.
Sydney!
Sydney kicks Ghostface off. He falls down the stairs.
Jill, go! Come on!
They go into Kirby's room. Jill locks the door.
The balcony!
There's no other way out?
We can jump.
Ghostface starts to break the door down.
It's 2 stories! Where's your cell? Here, get under the bed.
What?
Just do it, and don't make a sound, and don't come out until I can get you, okay? Trust me.
Jill hides under the bed. Sydney goes onto the roof. Ghostface follows to the window, and Sydney pretends to be calling down to Jill.
You got it? You're okay, Jill. Run! Keep running! Get help!
Ghostface follows Sydney at first. and then goes around the other side. Sydney calls Dewey and checks every window she reaches for a way back inside.
Hello?
Dewey,
Sydney, where are you?
He is with Deputy Hicks at the Roberts residence.
I'm at Kirby's. The killer is here. I need your help.
Ghostface runs into Sydney and knocks her down. She's hanging off the side of the house before she drops onto the ground and runs.
I'm on my way. Sydney?
Dewey speaks over his radio.
I need all units to 329.
Sorry, I think that I put the wrong name. It's fine.
I need all units to 329 Whispering Lane. All units 329 Whispering Lane.
The police cars rush to Kirby's house. Sydney runs to the front door and then meets Kirby.
Sorry, it's just me. Look, I tried to call 911, but the landline's dead. Someone smashed the router.
I think I got through on my cell.
Where's Jill?
Oh, God. Go, go, go!
Kirby leads Sydney down into a refurbished basement.
There's a room down here. We can lock ourselves in. I heard you yell at Jill. Did she get away?
I think she's safe.
Interior of a guest house. Charlie stands just outside the glass doors. He bangs on the doors and pleads with them. Sydney dials her cell phone. She's calling Jill, but there's no answer.
Kirby, let me in.
Charlie.
No. I just found Robbie. This is his blood. Please, please. There's someone else out there. Let me in.
If you can't trust him, don't open the door.
My God, let me in.
Get away from the door, Charlie.
Kirby, it's me. Please let me in.
Get away from the door, Charlie.
It's me.
I'm sorry. I can't.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Look out! Oh, no. Charlie!
He beats on the glass window. His face is panicked. Kirby is freaking out. She fights back her emotion. Just then, Kirby and Sydney see Ghostface appears behind Charlie. She realizes she was wrong.
Watch out.
Charlie turns just as the knife strikes. He ducks, races away, back into the yard. The Ghostface goes after him. They disappear from view. Kirby moves to the next window, just misses them. The windows of the room only face the side yard. She goes into the next room. Interior of the bedroom in the guest house. It's a small bedroom that opens up onto the whole backyard. Two huge glass doors look out onto the yard and pool. Suddenly, the lights go out. The backyard is plunged into darkness, and then the lights come up to show Charlie gagged and bound to a chair. Backyard at night. In the middle of the yard, directly facing the guest house, Charlie sits in a patio chair, bound by electrical tape. It covers his mouth, his arms, and his legs. He struggles to free himself, ripping and pulling, but it's impossible. Inside the guest house, Kirby cries out. She's frighteningly sober and crazed.
Oh, no, God, please, leave him alone, leave him alone!
Kirby's phone rings. She answers.
It's Charlie's phone.
Tell Sydney heads are gonna roll tonight. Tell Sydney it's all because of her. Or maybe she wants to take his place. I promise to be quick.
Okay, I'm gonna get Jill. Just keep him on the phone. I'll be right back, okay?
You're really quiet.
Let him go, please.
I hear you like horror movies, Kirby, but you like them as much as him. Forget watching Stab. You get to live it.
No. He's the expert, not me.
Warm up question. Jason's weapon.
It's a machete.
There, you see? You do know the genre. Michael Myers.
What's your knife?
Leatherface.
A chainsaw. Please.
Just ask Sydney if you need some help. Freddy Krueger.
Raise your hand.
Name the movie that started the slasher craze. Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Last House on the Left, or Psycho. None of the above. Peeping Tom, 1960, directed by Michael Powell. First movie to ever put the audience in the killer's POV.
What? Wait, no. Please, just ask me one more question. Just one more.
All right, Kirby. Then it's time for the last chance question. Name the remake of the groundbreaking horror movie in which
Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Dawn of the Dead, The Hills Have Eyes, Amity Horror, Last House on the Left, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, My Bloody Valentine, When a Stranger Calls, Prom Night, Black Christmas, House of Wax, The Fog, Piranha. It's one of those, right? Right? I got it right. I was fucking right.
Kirby races to Charlie. She rips at the tape around his arms, all the while looking around into the windows of the yard, knowing the killer could be anywhere.
I won, Charlie. I fucking won. You tried to beat me, but I won. Almost there. Just hang in tight.
She rips the tape off his mouth, then arms.
Okay.
With his hands free, Charlie starts helping. He rips his legs free from the chair. He rises up.
Okay.
Kirby, this is making a move.
She looks at Charlie. His expression turns. Then she sees the knife, reaches for her, hidden in the chair. The next moment happens fast as Charlie stabs her with the knife. It slices into Kirby's stomach. She stumbles back.
4 years of classics together, and you notice me now? Stupid bitch, it's too late.
Kirby looks at him with childlike innocence. Then the pain and shock follow.
I know, it's okay. Take your time. It doesn't happen as fast as it does in the movies, no.
He stabs her again, furious at her. She coughs up, unable to speak, a look of stunned horror. He stabs her several more times, quick jabs. Kirby manages a scream. Inside of Kirby's house, Sydney comes down the stairs with a knife.
Kirby?
Charlie grabs her from behind, knife in hand. He holds the knife to Sydney's neck and backs her up to a wall.
You know, you learn a lot when you watch movies over and over. And all the plots are about trying to kill you.
Where's Jill?
You think she's gonna get away? You think anyone gets away?
Turns to see Ghostface enter the room. Sydney looks around. There's nowhere else for her to run. Slowly, Ghostface approaches. It's
Jill?
Hello, Sydney. Surprised? Watch this. This is the part, my dear cousin, when the cameras turn off. Charlie?
Already taken care of. Man, I got great footage of my Robbie kill. Better than Jenny or Marnie or Olivia even.
Good. We'll cut and upload it later and make it all traceable to Trevor. Speaking of which...
Jill drags a bound Trevor out of the closet.
Remind you of anything?
Please.
Shut up, dick. Everything I learned from you. You think you had a shitty boyfriend, Sydney? Here's one that fucks you, dumps you, and doesn't even make you famous.
What the fuck, Jill? I loved you.
Shut the fuck up already.
I'm sure these cops would want you to have this, Jill, for your protection.
Sydney tries to take it. Jill holds the knife to her and shakes her head.
Mm-mm.
Baby, please. Baby, please.
Shouldn't have killed all those people, Trevor. Gotten them put it on video even. But it means a lot that you did it for me.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I am not the girl you cheat on.
Jill shoots Trevor between the legs. He screams in agony.
Fuck.
I've gone through everything. We're definitely good on timeline.
Oh yeah, we're perfect.
No, please.
Ready for Act 3?
Got it figured out yet, Sydney? In keeping with our remake theme, Trevor's this generation's Billy Loomis, and we're the innocent victims, Sydney and Randy.
See, with you, the world just heard about what happened, but with us, they're gonna see it. It's gonna be a worldwide sensation. I mean, people gotta see this shit. It's not like anyone reads anymore. We're gonna know fame like you never even dreamed of.
Last two teenagers standing. This time, Randy gets the girl.
Charlie moves to Jill. She lets him kiss her. You get the sense she tolerates Charlie. They break, and he smiles.
You were amazing. You're the perfect victim.
I I was so believable today, wasn't I? I mean, I told so many lies that I actually started to believe them. I really think that I was born for this.
How could you do this?
Do you know what it was like growing up in this family related to you? I mean, all I ever heard was Sydney this and Sydney that and Sydney, Sydney, Sydney. You were always so fucking special. Well, now I'm the special one.
You'll slip. They always do.
Come on, Charlie. Let's get this over with. You have to be strong and hold still, okay?
Charlie raises his arms as Jill holds the knife. She's going to stab him.
Yeah, old school like Billy and Stu. Come on, baby, get it up. Come on, shoulder me, get it up.
Jill stabs him. She gets him directly in the heart. He drops to his knees, instant pain, but his face registers confusion too.
Not the way we rehearsed it.
He doubles over, bleeding. She takes the opportunity, strikes him again, and in this moment he realizes he's been played and betrayed.
You said it, Charlie. Billy and Stu. Trevor and you. What the media really loves, baby, is a sole survivor. Just ask you know who. Trevor was your partner, but you were the idea man.
And with that, Jill stabs him again. Charlie can't believe it. He's stunned and shocked. He falls back, crumbling to the floor. Still, as Jill looks down at him with a glimmer of diabolical glee. A quick kick of her foot. His body doesn't move. He's dead.
Even your friends.
My friends? What world are you living in? I don't need friends. I need fans. Don't you get it? This has never been about killing you. It's about becoming you. I mean, for fuck's sake, my own mother had to die. It's no great loss there, so I can stay true to the original. It's sick, right? Well, sick is the new sane. You had your 15 minutes, now I want mine! I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go to college? Work? Look around. We all live in public now. We are all on the internet. How do you think people become famous anymore? You don't have to achieve anything. You just gotta have it happen to you. So you do have to die, Sid. Those are the rules. New movie, new franchise. There's only room for one lead, and let's face it, your ingenue days, they're over.
Jill stabs Sydney with the knife. She gasps in pain. Jill stabs her again quickly. This one wrecks Sid's body. She drops to her knees. Sydney's eyes roll back in her head. Everything goes in slow motion.
Don't tell me you didn't know this day would come.
Sydney falls to the floor. Jill watches as Sydney draws her last breath. Sad, tragic, epic, all at once. Jill springs into action. She's well rehearsed. She kneels next to Charlie's body. She takes his limp hand and claws at her own face, with careful attention to his fingers. She's securing her DNA under his nails. She then makes sure his class ring is facing out on his middle finger and proceeds to punch herself with his limp hand. It doesn't really create the desired effect. She tries backhanding herself. That works better. Quick and fast, she bashes herself several times. It hurts like hell. She cries out, but continues until she hears a crack. Blood spews forth. It's broken. Jill sobs in genuine pain, but she's not done. She leans down closer to Charlie's body, takes his other hand and places it on her hair, clamping down on her hair. She takes a beat to prepare herself, then yanks away, ripping a large clump of hair from her own scalp. Jill screams in pain. That fucking hurt. She throws Charlie's hand to the floor, hair clutched in his dead fingers. Jill moves fast. She stands up and quickly moves, racing backwards, free-falling into the glass coffee table. It shatters to pieces. Jill lay there engulfed by the table's frame, glasses everywhere. She attempts to rise. It takes a few tries. As she cries out, she's truly hurting now. Glass shards stick out of her arm, back, and shoulders. Blood streaks her arms. Jill tries to get up, but can't. She lay there, crying, whimpering, as Jill lay there, hurt and bleeding, her face full of helpless innocence. The moment dissolves to Kirby's house at night, later. The aftermath. Flashing squad cars and ambulances, The carnage is overwhelming. Police barricade the property. Media gawk from a distance. On a stretcher in the back of an ambulance, Jill's wounds are being treated, her shirt cut up at the backside, and little pieces of glass are being picked from her flesh. We reveal Dewey standing alone, staring guiltily at the horror show, eyes filled with tears.
Come on, let's move it. He's gone. Check the rooms, both sides, and upstairs. Yeah.
Wincing, hamming up the pain, Jill trembles and lifts herself to her feet with Dewey's assistance. Then she steps around the edge of the ambulance. Flash, 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 flash. The yard blazes with camera flashes, like Yankee Stadium lit up at night.
Jill, can you give us a description of the murder? Jill, how does it feel to be a hero?
Interior, Jill's hospital room.
It's okay. You're going to be okay, Jill. You made it. That's all that really matters.
Trevor, Charlie, they tried to kill me. I heard they killed my mom and Robbie and Kirby too.
Just lay back. Try to rest.
Is your wife?
She's going to be fine. She's recovering.
If I ever write a book one day, I'd want her to write it with me. Be a good team for matching wounds and all. We're survivors now. I just wish Sydney was too.
Yeah, Jill, they're not sure yet. It's still touch and go. She's in the ICU, and they think Sydney just might make it.
What? But I saw Trevor kill her.
Look, we don't know yet, but she's hanging on.
I want to see her.
She's not awake yet. She may not remember anything. You'll have to help her with that. All in time. Just get some rest now, okay?
Dewey leaves. It's no more Mr. Nice Jill. She rips out her IV and leaves the hospital room. Interior of Gail's hospital room.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, she's a strong kid. She's gonna have to be. She asked if you're okay. She thinks you guys should write a book together with your matching wounds.
Why, she was stabbed in the shoulder? How'd she know I was too?
Suddenly, Dewey understands. Interior of Sydney's hospital room. Sydney is sleeping, in pain but all right, until Jill approaches.
You just won't die, will you? Who are you? Michael fucking Myers?
Sydney goes for her panic button. Jill pulls it away.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She starts to choke Sydney. Sydney tries to push her off and sticks a thumb into her eye. Jill screams. They tumble off the bed. Jill knees Sydney's wound and throws her into the wall, punching with all she has.
Fucking die already! How are those stitches?
She throws Sydney into a glass medicine cabinet. It shatters. She hears Dewey calling from the hall and goes to hide in the closet. Dewey runs down the hall towards Sydney's room, speaking on his walkie-talkie. He takes out his gun.
Sydney! Hicks, get into Sydney's room and call for backup.
On my way, sir.
In the hospital room, Jill collects herself and takes a bedpan down from the shelf. Dewey lets his guard down when he sees Sydney on the floor.
Sid!
Dewey!
Jill comes from behind and repeatedly hits Stewie in the head with the bedpan. He collapses. She takes his gun, points it at Sydney, and advances.
Is this how it's gonna be, Sid? The ending of the movie was supposed to be at the house. I mean, this is just silly.
Consider this an alternate ending. You're never gonna get out of this, Jill.
Of course I will. Of course I will.
Gail runs into the room.
Dewey!
Jill turns the gun on her.
Okay. What about the book?
Looks like I'll just have to write it myself.
Hicks runs into the room, knocks Gail over the hospital bed and onto the floor. Jill shoots, but misses.
God damn it!
Hicks takes out her gun, but even before she can stand, Jill points her gun at Dewey.
Don't even think about shooting or I'll blow Dewey's head off.
Hicks and Gail look at each other.
You think I won't do it? Give me your gun.
Do it.
You heard her.
Hicks slowly moves to her knees, holds her hands up.
Just had to be the hero, huh?
Jill points the gun at Hicks.
Give me your gun.
Give it to her.
What are you, deaf? Give me your gun.
Sydney stirs, sits up, and moves for the defibrillator. Hicks unsafely throws the gun to Jill, who kicks it out of the way.
Now get up. Keep your hands over your head.
Jill shoots her, turns gun onto Gale.
Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Oh, God.
Now get up, bitch.
Okay.
Get up. Now.
Gale looks over to Hicks.
She isn't going to help you. Come on. Let's go. Get your skinny ass out here.
Okay.
She stands, walking out from behind the bed. Dewey stirs, trying to crawl. Sydney charges the defibrillator.
I'm going to enjoy blowing your head off.
Okay. Can I just have one final word?
What? Please?
Clear.
Clear?
Clear.
Sydney puts the defibrillator, paddles to the side of Jill's head. Jill convulses and falls. Smoke rises from her body.
You forgot the first rule of remakes, Jill. Don't fuck with the original.
Gale gets onto the ground and crawls to Dewey, who is crouched over and holding his head.
Oh, my God. Dewey?
What hit me?
Don't ask.
Are you okay?
She was standing right behind me.
Jill grabs a hunk of glass, somehow stands and starts stalking them from behind.
They always are.
She grabs a gun, shoots Jill in the chest. The girl finally drops for good. Sydney lays down on the ground, exhausted.
Oh, God.
Hicks sits up, props arms on the hospital bed.
Hicks? You're alive?
Hicks grins, unbuttoning her uniform shirt to show a bulletproof vest. Oh, we couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Wear the vest, save your chest.
She swoons and falls onto the floor.
We've got 2 officers down, several injuries, and a new suspect.
Dewey falls back too. Only Gale gets to her feet and runs into the hallway.
We need a doctor, goddammit!
Sydney looks to a dead Jill, who lays directly beside her.
I don't know about you, but I feel a whole lot better.
We're live at Woodsboro Community Hospital awaiting a first public statement from Jill Roberts, survivor. A survivor of what is now being called the Woodsboro Massacre reboot. Jill Roberts is her name, and a name the whole world will now know, who single-handedly put a stop to this 21st century Woodsboro killing spree. Jill Roberts of Woodsboro, a girl who's lifted all our spirits tonight, an American hero right out of the movies.
Yay! That was so much fun!
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I hope everyone else had fun too. I'm sorry about, so there were a few issues in the script. Just for some background, I put the script together. The people who are on the call know that, but for anybody else who may be watching, I put the script together. There are free versions of an earlier version of the script with a very different ending and different versions of other scenes as well that is available online. So basically what I did was I took that and then watched the movie like repeatedly and changed all of the scenes that were different from that older version. So I made a couple of mistakes and I take responsibility for that. But this was super, super fun. And I'm excited to like rewatch it and put it online, and maybe we'll do another one of these some other time.
Next one,
Why
Quiet
not?
Place.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
oh God no. I'm
All
gonna
the spoken
quickly,
word.
I'm gonna quickly stop this recording, and then the rest of us can keep talking.